So what we have here, this is IMO4 that we made over there. There's 40 gallons of fish in here. This is fish and IMO4.
Are we pulling it apart?
Yeah. Look at the mycelium. Wow. See that beautiful mycelium? Look at that. This is a hot pile.
We did that at school with the lunch.
Right on.
Waste.
Why does this have to be hot and the other one not?
Well, because it's a whole different fungal community here.
Okay.
Biochar's in there. And this has only been since April 10th. Less than a month.
And April 10th you started this
Yeah.
with like the
Fish,
fish.
IMO4, the shredded cardboard.
Yeah, it doesn't smell like dirt.
It's fish. This was fish that was 6 months fermented.
Whoa.
And these are the bones. After we screened it, after we screened the FAA, we took the bones here and we're putting it to this. Made this. No turn.
This is
Just cooking.
This is the first turn.
Yep. Every time you do something like this, you're honing it.
Yeah.
You know? And so that's what this is. This is a honing a process of all this organic matter because we had all these gallons of fish. Yeah, do you guys see any fish bones? No. How about that, huh?
How about that?
And we had 40 gallons. There was 40 gallons of fish bones in here. I be liking this, man. This is a composter's wet dream. Look at all that mycelium. Anyone feel that?
Could this be oh wow. Could this be a strategy for your food scraps if you don't have a big enough farm?
Yes, yes. It's good to add IMO3 with it because that really helps it breaking down, you know, because you're jump starting it with biology.
Right.
The cardboard coconut waste is really good because it's really high in carbon. Main thing is your moisture. You want to make sure, you see it's still moist, yeah? The last time it was watered thoroughly was the last rainstorm we had because I did this April 10th and that was the weekend we had the second conal low that came through. Look at that mycelium underneath the pipe. Look at that. That's so beautiful. Look at that. This is a petri dish. So now what we're going to do is, this is going to be the inoculant for everything we add now.
Do you have shredded cardboard on top of this?
No, I put actually pea trays like this here. The biomass from our pea tray.
There we go.
Oh, look how beautiful. Okay, let's leave that as a base.
You can loosen it up though.
Yeah.
Loosening it up is good.
These are minerals that I bring in from the mainland. You see this little contraption here? This is the one I made for the air. Puka pipe. They sell it at Home Depot. Remember I was talking to you earlier that we don't have European soils trying to grow European plants? Well, highly recommend you get a hold of some minerals from the mainland. Spanish River minerals. And you mix that with your IMO. When you make your IMO3,
I don't know if it's
you mix some of that in. And what happens is the microbes make those minerals available. We're going to go put a layer of this on the bottom, cover the pipe, and then we have some other stuff to add in there, like this bucket of fish waste that I found that hadn't gotten processed yet, and this IMO here.
You want to throw some back in first?
Yeah. Just bring it up to the pipe level.
Yeah.
So in composting, it's really important to keep it moist.
Ash to ash.
Grandma for giving your
Dust is dust.
oh wow. I cut I got my
Okay,
Are in the living room, maybe.
there you go. We're gonna add this fish now.
So is this the fermented?
Yes, this is fermented fish bones. So this is the stuff that we screened out. Yeah,
It's the FAA that we
And the
screened
sugar.
out, and then that's the rubbish.
that's it, Bill,
Evenly?
thanks. Yeah.
I love that sound.
Okay, let's throw this in here. Yeah, IMO4.
Oh, see, now that's what.
Yeah.
Like that.
One more time. IMO4 is.
We make IMO3 using mushroom waste and coconut waste. And the process is basically taking equal amounts of mushroom waste and coconut waste. Actually, it works best if we do 2/3 mushroom waste and 1/3 coconut waste, because the cellulose in the coconut is so hard to break down, you know. So we want more of the protein that's in the mushroom waste to fire up the pile, to get the mycelial network going, you know. And what we'll do is we add IMO2, Oriental herbal nutrient, brown rice vinegar, and fermented plant juice to hydrating that pile. And the pile's hydrated to the point to where we take the material and we squeeze it. You just barely get a drop of water out of it. That's about as much moisture you want to have in it. And that's what will raise the temperature up to 120 degrees after one day. When that occurs, you then turn the pile and do that each day until the moisture goes down, then the temperature goes down, and then it's ready to be used. The fermentation process for IMO3, basically over 5 to 6 days, when the temperature drops and the moisture drops, that gets it into a pretty stable product that you can apply around the plants. It just needs to be, it's best applied at dusk. So this way the mycelium can grow down into the soil before the UVs hit it. But what we'd like to do is, if we're applying it to the soil or around plants like that, we like to put a mulch cover around it so the UVs won't eat it up. But my favorite is to take the IMO3 and make it into IMO4 or IMO5. And how you do that basically is you take IMO3 and you add equal amounts of soil. It can be depleted soil. And again, you put OHN, brown rice vinegar, and fermented plant juice. You don't have to add IMO2 to that one, but you hydrate it with those elementals into the IMO3 with the soil, and then that will go through the same process of heating up and cooling down to releasing all its moisture, and the temperature drops over 5 to 6 days. And then you can use that as a stable product that you can dress around plants and not have to necessarily cover it with mulch. IMO5 is using the same process, but with compost. You take the IMO3 and you add equal amounts of compost and go throughout that same process of heating it up and dropping it down and turning it and heating it up again until the heat dissipates and the temperature goes down and the moisture level goes down. So IMO3, 4, and 5 is really a wonderful process. It just needs to have a turning, each day. But to have a pile that's only 18 inches tall, get to 120 degrees is very cool, because normally compost piles need to be bigger mounds to get that heat that's required for the breakdown of material. And I feel it's a lot more stable to use IMO4 and 5 than it is just regular compost. IMO5 is a mixture of IMO3 and compost. And the reason why I feel it's more stable than compost is because you're taking that mycelial network that is in IMO3 and you're marrying it to the compost, with OHN, fermented plant juice, and brown rice vinegar. And that basically gives you a real stable product to use to dress around plants. And you can keep it, like I keep it in Rubbermaid trash cans with the lid ajar. I don't seal it, but I keep it in there for, I have IMO4 and 5 that are a few years old right now and they're still viable.
This one there.
Yeah, just put the whole thing. All the mycelium that was in there, that really showed us that what we're doing is beneficial for the end product.
The mycelium that was created, is that a large part because of the IMO4 with the substrate that was
Yes, and the fish.
on the fish?
Yeah. Manures I found, like chicken manure and cow manure and all that, you get this explosion of growth, but it doesn't seem to sustain. You know, I used to, when I had my papaya trees, and I would watch them grow, you know, and as I see a growth spurt, I would dress it with, I was using chicken manure, and it would just, but then it just couldn't seem to sustain that nice, steady, it was, you know, nematode damage came, and fish I don't have that problem with. Fish is a real, plants really, because we're in the middle of the Pacific, for God's sake, right? And so I really like fish. And what we're wanting to do through EP&S division is to compost fish with green waste. So then this way you get a nice compost, you know, that you can just dress your plants with from the county. You know, what a concept.
We go that way. We're going to go right between the two, where the piles are. Right there.
You want to hold that, Merle?
We're going on top here. Yeah, you can open.
Very like fish carcass in their compost pile.
Yeah.
Is that also an outperform?
Is that,
Dump.
well, it's I like fermenting it because you're not dealing with any smell or flies, and you're basically
Yeah, or some just out of the
setting
way.
yourself up for a microbial explosion. You know, that's why I like it. These are pea trays, harvested pea trays.
I know, but I'm asking why you're using these.
Well, because it's another form of biomass that I wanted to get in here. Help keep the moisture. These are the crumbles. We run the weed mat through the second time, and you come up with these. So all this stuff we're producing. Now, you know, one thing I found when I first started the garden here was that I was I was spending more money than I was getting in produce. So, you know, as the saying goes, if you want to make $1 million of farming, start with 2. You know, and there's some truth to that in the sense that you have to create a system. You know, you need a system. And as you can see here, there's systems at play, you know, that work synergistically together. Now, that's a lot of material, as you can see, you know. Thankfully, it's something where
Set it and forget it.
set it and forget it. This is what is in the geo bin and what it looks like being screened. Beautiful.